Hi everyone, so welcome to my video on music festival nails. I started out by painting them with a Seche base coat, and then I'm going to paint my ring finger as well as my middle finger in this color, which is my favorite nude, Samoan Sand by OPI. I only began by painting just the middle finger, but later on in the video I switched it up and I changed it to both the middle and ring finger. So I'm just going to paint about 1 or 2 coats of that to make sure that it's nice and opaque, and then I'm going to move on to the rest of the nails. So I'm going to be using Bouncer It's Me from Essie. I'm also going to be using Melt Your Popcicle from Orly, as well as this China Glaze color called Celtic Sun, a lime green color from China Glaze as well that's called Kiwi Cool-ada, and a pink from China Glaze that is a neon pink called Purple Panic. So what I'm going to be doing is opening all of these bottles up and leaving them to the side. I'm going to be using the sponge method. If you don't know what that is, here's a makeup sponge, and what we're going to do is we're going to paint some nail polish onto this sponge and kind of do like an ombre effect on our nails. Now I wanted to do kind of like a random ombre effect. I didn't want to do one that just goes straight up, so I'm just going to paint them randomly all over the sponge, and then I'm going to kind of sponge it onto my nail. So don't be worried, that's only what the first coat looks like, so you want to keep going back and forth with the polish and the sponge, and make sure that whichever way that you put the sponge on the nail the first time, you keep doing it the same way so that the nail polish gets more and more opaque as you go along. So I'm going to be doing this on my thumb, my pointer finger, as well as my pinky, and I'm just going to be sponging it all in different directions, but with the same 5 colors. Feel free to choose whatever colors you want. I just decided to pick the 5 neon colors that I had in my nail polish collection. So I'm going to keep sponging until it's nice and opaque like you see here. And it still does look a little bit messy, but we are going to put a top coat on top, and that is going to help blend all of the colors together. So right before it dries completely, I want to put this top coat on so that it blends it absolutely perfectly, and then it looks really, really nice. And then of course I'm going to clean up the sides. I decide to just do it the way so it gets all messy and everything. I don't like using the tape method, it just doesn't help me. So I'm just going to put a little makeup remover on a Q-tip and wipe all the excess off. So going back to the middle finger and the ring finger, excuse me, I'm going to use this nail art pen from Hanson. Oh guys, this made it just made it so much easier instead of getting a brush dirty and doing all of this other stuff. I'm going to be using this nail art pen to make a bunch of daisies on both of these fingers. I decided to do 5 petals on each flower, but feel free to do as many as you want. I think I probably would have went with 6, but I did 5. But anyway, so I'm going to make a bunch of little daisies all over these 2 fingers. And then I'm going to take this yellow from China Glaze, and this color is called Happy Go Lucky. And I'm also going to be using a dotting tool. I got this dotting tool right off of Amazon. It was in a pack of like 5 or 6 for like $1. You can also use the back of a brush, makeup brush, or a toothpick, whatever you want. But I'm just going to be using this dotting tool to put the little dots in the center of the daisies so that they look like daisies. So once I'm done with those daisies, this is what it looks like so far. I went on and I decided to add some sparkles. This is another nail polish from China Glaze, and this is called Luxe and Lush, and I painted that all over the pinky finger as well as halfway on the pointer finger. And on the other hand, instead of daisies, I decided to paint the middle and ring finger with this beautiful glitter. But feel free to make it whatever you want. Oh, and this is the top coat that I use. It is a Hanson Insta Dry, and it really does Insta Dry. Thanks guys so much for watching. That is it. I hope you enjoyed.